What's going on, guys? This is CEC Robotics, and today we're going to be talking about quite a different subject. Well, not really, but we're going to be talking about Huckleberry Junction Playhouse Theater, which holds one of the last Daniel and the Dixie Diggers animatronic shows in America. And before we start, I'd like to take a quick note real quick. I'd like to give credit to showbizpizza.com for all these photos and everything, like the information and stuff for this video. I did a lot of research, so yeah. Let's get into it! Our story begins in 1982. The owners were the Drubon family, and they wanted to do a video pizza arcade, which had live entertainment, and the whole overall theme was going to be railroad themed, like the Huckleberry Junction Railroad. Upon opening, they wanted to do basically a general entertainment and birthday center with live costume performers and clowns and all those. The overall theme of the restaurant was trains, specifically the Huckleberry Junction Railroad. And upon opening, they didn't have an animatronic show. So I believe, I'm not entirely sure on this. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but I believe they originally had puppet shows upon opening. Correct me if I'm wrong, though. And their main food of choice was pizza. They were open till midnight on Saturdays and put a bunch of coupons in the local papers to advertise their business and everything. They even had a mascot character, a dog named Huckleberry Herbie. He was like the main mascot for the restaurant, basically. The most regularly occurring entertainment for the Playhouse was the Funny Berry Band, featuring a bunny, a dog, and a clown. And after a couple months of opening, a Showbiz Pizza would open pretty close, which added some competitiveness. Not only did they have competitors, but they were missing one crucial detail: animatronics. That's where this little company comes into play, called Enertech. They decided to commission a show for the Huckleberry Junction Playhouse Theater, which being the Animal Crackers, whose main mascot was Maxie Mouse, a train conductor mouse who looks suspiciously similar to another mouse we might know of. Anyways, the show also featured a dog who looks very suspiciously similar to Huck from Daniel and the Dixie Diggers, which was way before they even got them installed, the trio set. But anyways, he also has a guitar that's pretty similar to Billy Bob's. Just pointing that out. And there's a weird looking, maybe like a horse or a cow, I don't really know, but he's playing a drums, and his drum set seems to be alive, and it has a latex face which moves and sings to the music. And to the left, there's a panda who's playing an upright bass, and to the far left has another character who plays the piano, which has the Animal Crackers logo on it. And it seems to be like some sort of dog, I'm guessing. He looks a little bit like Daniel, to be honest. I'm kind of shocked. And finally, sitting on top of his piano is like some sort of fox character, or I don't really know what type of species she is, but it looks like a fox, so I'm just gonna say that. The left wall actually had a moon who looked very similar to the Rockefeller moon, just saying. While the animatronics were performing, the live costume characters were still around from the original restaurant, and in some photos it even looks like they would interact with the animatronics, which is pretty cool. Huckleberry continued to operate pretty normal for the next few years, but then they thought of something more high-tech, something a little more Dixie. Something a little more Daniel. You get where I'm coming from.
From the screen to the ring, to the pen, to the king. Where's my crown? That's my bling. Always drama when I ring. See, I believe that if I see it in my heart, smash through the ceiling 'cause I'm reaching for the stars.
Yep, you got that right. They installed Daniel and the Dixie Diggers as their brand new show. As you might have already guessed, for I've been having it playing in the background for the whole time. Made by Sally Corp, this 3-member hound dog band plays forever popular Dixieland jazz. Each lovable character has their own distinct personality and place in the show. To the far left, we have Daniel T-Bones tickling the ivories, looking as cool as ever. He's actually from the Big Apple, New York City, and he is the leader of the band, which is pretty cool. In the center, you have Scratchmo, who plays the trumpet. He is obviously a parody of the famous trumpet player, Louis Armstrong. And to the right, you have Colonel Buford T. Beauregard III, the best banjo picker you'll ever see, who wears a Confederate cap, and he is quite one of the more controversial characters in the show because of his use of Confederate imagery. And to the far right, you'll have another curtain. You're probably wondering what's behind that.
Where did you come from? Where did you go? Where did you come from, Papa Joe? Where did you come from? Where did you go? Where did you come from, Papa Joe? Sat down to eat with Cotton Eye Joe, chicken in the bread pan, scrapping out dough, 18 feet of ice and snow, who came in on Cotton Eye Joe?
Yep, you're right. A pig sitting in front of a general store known as Jethro P. Hoggs, who plays the guitar, and he's sort of a country sort of guy. And he loves playing country music. And yeah, he's a pig who plays country music, and yeah. So basically, originally, these specific bots came from a place called Funtime Pizza. So when the bots came to Huckleberry Junction, they still decided to use some of the Funtime show tapes for some reason. I don't know why. But yeah, let's get into some of the details that we have on this show. The show has a simple riverboat background. The shows are relatively short. They do have a good sense of humor, and the shows are relatively funny. It's a cute show. I like it. The show would have like a barbershop Dixieland quartet sort of theme. And they also had a feature on Jethro's side of the stage where he would deliver a birthday cake through a special trap door. I'm not sure if that's still there though. And also, quick side note, they also had show tapes made by Huckleberry in the first couple of years they were there. Custom show tapes used with custom dialogue, probably voiced by cast members there, and they would have lip singing to already existing covers of songs, which was probably pretty boring. So eventually they were contacted by corporate, so they had to use the official Sally Corp show tapes. So yeah. And also, it's kind of unknown what happened to the original Animal Crackers show. There is one rumor that's been going around that they just kind of disposed of them in like a scrap pile. Let's hope that's not what happened though, because these animatronics are incredibly rare. Entertech animatronics are extremely rare. Well, anyways, these animatronics are still here till this very day. I'd really recommend you guys go check them out. They are one of a kind, basically, in America. So, see them while you still can. Because these are the last sets of Daniel and the Dixie Diggers shows that are still working in America. Besides, like, the ones that you'll see at Celebration Station who are just statues. Hey, I mean, at least the staff cares about the show. Like, the show gets decorated for holidays. It's, like, very loved and cared for by the community. And I hope it'll stay around for as long as possible. Thank you all so much for watching. This is CEO Robotics out.
King back. We want King back. Say it with me now. I want King back. We want King back. Oh, I want King back. Bring him on home, y'all. I want King back.